Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Finch. I am a former Department of State Consular Officer and USCIS adjudicator. Currently, I'm working with the team at Boundless Immigration to make the immigration process clearer and more transparent for future immigrants to the United States. Before we get started, I just want to state that I am not currently a government official and I do not speak on behalf of the U.S. government. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about the K-1 consular interview. The consular interview is the most stressful part of the immigration process for many fiancé visa applicants, but it doesn't have to be. Here are some tips that may help you plan, prepare, and most importantly, relax before the first step on your journey to the United States. Number 1, you are not alone. Every day, thousands of people all over the world are interviewed for fiancé visas in U.S. consular sections. Consular officials at the U.S. Embassy or consulate live in your country, understand the local culture, and often speak the local languages as well. They have likely heard many stories from visa applicants about how international couples meet and fall in love, so don't be embarrassed talking about your relationship with them. They are not asking personal questions just to pry, but instead to better understand your story and compare it to what they already know about the local culture and traditions. The best thing to do during the interview is just to be honest and pay close attention to the question the consular officer is asking you. It is also okay to say that you were nervous and ask them to repeat any questions that you don't understand. There are some things that you can mention during your interview to help the consular officer see that you have a relationship with your U.S. citizen fiancé. For example, you can talk about your fiancé's relationship with your relatives and your friends, or you can talk about your relationship with their relatives. This kind of information helps the consular officer understand that you have a deeper relationship with your fiancé than just a few casual meetings or vacations together. Number 2, you are welcomed. The United States is a country built by immigration. While the immigration process can be bureaucratic at times, it is designed to make it possible for new immigrants to arrive in the United States safely while still protecting the security of the United States. You will be asked to provide or confirm your fingerprints before speaking to the consular officer, and your visa application will ask questions about your prior experiences traveling to the United States. It is important to answer these questions in as much detail as possible so the consular officer can properly prepare for your interview. Do not be concerned if you are asked questions about your visa history or past trips to the U.S. during your interview. The consular officers often view these experiences as a positive. It will help them understand why you are planning to immigrate. Sometimes when a person with a common name or birthday applies for a visa, their information will be run against security checks or other databases. This can take some time to resolve. So don't be concerned if your case takes a little time to process after your interview. Most cases with security checks are resolved within 30 to 60 days, and the consulate will reach out to inform you when they are ready to continue processing your case. Number 3, you are safe. The United States has a number of policies in place designed to protect immigrant fiancés. The International Marriage Broker Act requires the U.S. government to provide information on your rights, conduct a background check on your U.S. sponsor, and give you resources to seek help after you arrive in the U.S. if your fiancé is abusive. The consular officer is required to talk to you about this law and give you informational materials to help you understand it. It doesn't mean that anything negative was discovered about your fiancé. After you arrive in the United States, the Violence Against Women Act gives immigrant fiancés and spouses a path to permanent residency even if their relationship with their U.S. sponsor ends due to spousal abuse. Understanding these rights is critical to protecting yourself and any relatives who are immigrating with you. So please take the time to read any materials you were given after the interview. Immigrating to the U.S. doesn't mean that you give up your right to live in a safe and supportive environment. Number 4, you are valuable. Immigrants make huge contributions to the U.S. economy, culture, and political landscape. After arrival in the U.S. and marriage to your sponsor, you will file for adjustment to legal permanent resident status. This gives you the right to work, travel abroad, and return to the U.S., and eventually become a U.S. citizen. This process starts when you complete your interview and receive your fiancé visa. This visa allows you to travel to the United States as a non-immigrant fiancé. You will present your visa to the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol official at the airport when you arrive in the U.S., and they will give you a 90-day permission to stay so you can decide whether to get married to your U.S. citizen fiancé. If you proceed with the marriage, you can file paperwork with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service to get your green card. While only U.S. citizens can vote in most elections in the United States, as an immigrant, you can participate in political activities like town hall meetings, campaign rallies, and demonstrations. Get out there and make your voice heard. Number 5, you are almost there. Very few cases that make it all the way to the consular interview stage are then denied. Even if you make a mistake or say the wrong thing during the interview, the consular officer will look at the information you have submitted so far and work with you to clarify any issues. You may receive a 221G letter, which gives instructions on what other documents you need to submit. If you reply to these requests promptly and follow the instructions carefully, you will likely see your case continue to progress to completion. Don't give up, and best of luck on your journey.